Thank you for tuning in this Sunday evening. Kevin Harlan here, joined by our analyst Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris. Now let's take a look at the Bulls opening lineup. Skinny is out there with Smith, and it's Vucevic, then it's the kid, and it's Lee in at the small forward. And for the Magic, Banchero and Carter make up the inside pair. The professor out there with Suggs, and it's Wagner in at the 3, the small forward. And Greg, taking a look at this one here tonight, the clash at the guard positions really stands out.
No question about it. Both teams rely heavily on their backcourts to get it done, and I'm interested to see which backcourt brings it tonight.
And the Magic start out with the ball. Banchero outside. Carter against Vucevic. Got a piece of it. Here's Andrews. What a tremendous game he played against New York. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. There's the call. It's a foul on Orlando. Chicago shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game. First free throw is good. He's perfect from the line this time. Hey, Greg, to touch on the Bulls for a moment, defense has been an emphasis for them.
It has, and they went through several years playing subpar D, and it cost them because they began to turn things around a couple seasons ago, and it has served them well.
Wagner against Lee. Here's Andrews. Sinks the triple.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
On offense, here are the Magic. It's a three-point game. Pass to Wagner over Lee. And that one's good. Wagner.
I tell you have to be willing to take and make contested shots. Mr. Wagner to the rescue.
Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Offensive rebound, Dean. And he jams it with authority.
Impossible to stop the putback when he's got that kind of position.
Agreed, Greg. Let him get his hands on it inside and finish it off.
How about the activity level, the effort level? This team right now feeding off his energy.
And the kid picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
First quarter, about a minute and a half in. Here's Suggs. And Lee pulls it down.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times. He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime. On our AT&T 5G Slam Cam, you just saw an explosive highlight. Wagner against Lee. From the high post. Lee with the block. Here's Andrews. He's got 5. There's the 3. They get it back. Vucevic with the bucket.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Here's Suggs. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Carter against Vucevic. Carter down low. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup.
A 7'5" wingspan, an outstanding touch. Carter Jr. makes that look easy against the contest.
Here's Andrews. His scoring average of about 32.5 points a game tells you all you need to know about how dangerous a player he can be.
Yeah, going hard to the rack, making a statement here early on.
And this is why you get the ball into his hands. Let him establish the pace and rhythm of the game.
And now the first timeout called here for the Magic. Well, they're still young, but the Magic, Greg, are becoming one of those league pass teams. Like people want to watch them.
Yeah, I mean, they've got some players, leaving aside any rooting interest on my part, they've got some young fellas that are definitely intriguing to watch.
These players have been vacuums on the boards recently, leading the league in rebounding the past month. And you look at the kid, no doubt one of the most efficient rebounders in the game. And, of course, lights out. He's also having a tremendous season rebounding the ball.
What a rebounding show these two have put on. That's exactly the kind of effort you like to see from your bigs.
Wagner kicks to Carter. And he's good on the three ball. Carter's got 5 points so far.
We've seen this from Wagner over and over. This guy understands when a man is open. He's got the timing and the touch to make the pass.
The 19-foot shot. Lee gets the bucket.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
The Magic trail by 6. Banchero outside. Suggs in the corner. Inside. The professor passes to Wagner. 6 to shoot. Knocked away. One-on-one fast break. Here's Lee. Banchero grabs the board. And here's Banchero. He'll bring it up for the Magic. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
Well, on the road, you don't expect to look so comfortable on the offensive end, but that was the story of the game.
It came down to execution. No wasted possessions, and that is absolutely essential trying to win on the road.
Orlando shooting their first free throws here tonight. And the first one at the line is good. And late in the regular season, Greg, in your decade plus in the NBA, you were looking forward to the playoffs more often than not.
And as a player, you have to avoid that temptation to look ahead. But when you do, much nicer to look forward to the playoffs than vacation.
And he makes both free throws.
You want to contest this guy's shot, but you absolutely don't want to send him to the line. He will make you pay.
Bounce pass, Smith. Here's Andrews. He has 5, and it's good for 2.
How good is that? I mean, he can make a defender look foolish at times.
Here's Connor. Another miss by Orlando.
And smothered him on that mid-range attempt.
Well, he sees the play developing, takes care of his responsibility. Just terrific job defensively.
No good from Lee.
Not a lot falling for him in this quarter. He's got to stay aggressive, try to break through, see if you can get an easy opportunity.
Lee with the steal. Fast break. Here comes Chicago.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end.
Here's the professor, covered by Smith. The professor passes to Carter. Now, here's Suggs. 14 points from him the last game against the Hornets in Charlotte. That's a miss, his second after 2 shots. Smith scanning the floor. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And it's Vucevic missing.
I'll tell you, most of the time this guy's going to finish that, but that was tremendous defense that prohibits him from completing the play.
They get a hand on it. Wagner kicks to Suggs. To the middle, looking for Banchero and gets it there. And he uses the glass on the lane.
Jalen Suggs has proven early, if you're open, he's going to find you pretty fast. pass.
Now the pass to Andrews. No good with the triple. The Magic trail by 6. Here's Wagner. And it goes down 2 points.
Just such a true scorer. Franz Wagner knows how to get the ball in the cup.
Hey, Doris, talking about the young Franz Wagner. He's already proven how valuable he is.
No, Kevin, there's no doubt. For Wagner, this is a swingman who does a little bit of everything. He can shoot it. He can put it on the deck. He can make his teammates look good. A scorer from all 3 levels. There is not a lot to pick at where Franz Wagner is concerned.
Time call here. The Magic decide to talk it over.
Some stats for Skinny. He's been on a tear since the All-Star break, going really to another level. First in free throw percentage. And he's in the top 5 in the league in steals. Those hands are like meat hooks. Not much gets by him.
And his scoring abilities are just so far out of sight. Number 1 overall right now. No one's been able to slow him down or even come close. Bounce pass from Banchero. Carter. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Well, we know Wendell Carter Jr. offers a lot on the offensive end. This guy's got to continue to improve as a low-post defender.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for Chicago.
And, guys, they've done a great job feeding their bigs inside. They are just punishing the opposition in the paint.
Another big component of their early game tonight has been points off turnovers. Great job converting on those chances.
And that one falls for Carter. So he gets them both. Bulls leading by 4. To the paint.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Back to Banchero. Out to Carter. All alone. Hit number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
What a nice play. Off the catch and shoot, the big man, Wendell Carter Jr. is true.
Inside, here's Vucevic, and slam dunk by Vucevic.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
I tell you, you can't get stops if you're unwilling to put in the work.
Here's Wagner. No one near Banchero as he lets it go. No good from outside. Chicago's gone, just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Here's Andrews. And it's Suggs with the rebound.
Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one.
Banchero up top. Checking some stats on him right now. He's averaging just around 22.5 points a game.
Well, efficiency is everything, right? So far in this one, this guy has been on the money.
And now the first timeout called here for the Bulls. Their last encounter was in Orlando, where they were able to handle the Magic.
In the last meeting of these two teams, they were really sharp defensively, disrupting the flow of their offense and causing a ton of turnovers.
I think they took tremendous satisfaction from that performance and ended up winning going away. So is it something they'll look to repeat tonight?
Money's check in for the Bulls. Lonzo Ball comes in for Lee. Here is our 2K leaderboard. These teams have been in a groove from the free throw line since the All-Star break. Number 1, the Bulls.
They are really dialed in at the line, especially since the break. I mean, really shooting an impressive percentage from the line.
Here's Money. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. And stolen by Wagner. Here's Suggs. Shoots over Ball. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
How about he has yet to miss 4-4 to start.
Chicago leading. Feeds to Vucevic. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Let's remember we're talking about a fundamentally sound player. Nikola Vucevic gifted at fooling defenders with that pump fake.
First trip to the line for him here.
Vucevic taking 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
We know this about Nikola Vucevic. He's a high percentage finisher. To me, the next steps, right? Improve your defense, be more consistent with range. And if he does that, he's golden.
And both free throws good for Vucevic.
Boy, a really soft touch on display. It is a luxury to have a big man who can hit from the line at a consistent rate.
Wagner finds Banchero. Now one near Suggs as he lets it go. Nailed from three-point land.
And after missing 4 straight, he finally gets one to go.
Ball feeling it out a bit. Down low. Here's Smith. That one, no good. Nice defense from Wagner. To the inside. Connor. It's blocked. Smith outside. Shoots over Wagner. And the Bulls with another miss.
Well, this is how you shut him down. A tremendous contest against a very skilled player.
Kicks it to Carter. Here's Connor. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top.
Boy, the wheels have definitely fallen off in this quarter. He cannot buy one.
Money passes the ball. Here's Andrews from deep three-point land. No good. There's 1:40 left in the first. Wagner against Vucevic. Wagner passes to Banchero. Smith with the defensive effort.
And the way he was able to reach out towards that release had an impact.
Well, no question. He altered that shot, and most of the time, that's just as good as blocking it.
The feed now to Suggs. Over ball. Here's Carter. And then Carter with the dunk.
And pushed into the basketball. That extra effort paying off for Wendell Carter Jr.
Chicago trailing. Outside ball. He dishes it to Vucevic. Pass to Andrews. To stop the drought.
Oh, you got to be kidding.
And he goes in for the dunk.
Oh, here he comes, and there he goes.
Look at him punish that rim. The professor passes to Carter. Vucevic with the block.
Well, the reach, the timing, Vucevic using all of that 7'4" wingspan to turn that shot away.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's the professor. He's coming off a 31-point game against Charlotte.
He was active all night on the defensive end as well. With all the steals he came away with, he had him totally rattled.
Caldwell Pope on the wing. 9-point game his last outing. Black, no good.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And what you love about his work defensively, the ability to challenge and change shots without fouling.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still in close game. Bulls lead by 3. 2K Sports, back in a moment from the Amway Center. It's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And taking a look at Chicago's performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
I love their effort, contesting shots, trying to intimidate here early on.
Well, as a shooter, when the ball is sent back in your direction enough times, it can certainly have an impact on your mind.
And it's the Bulls with the ball. 3-point lead. They've got Jonathan Isaac, the professor out there with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Then it's Paolo Banchero. And it's Wagner in at the 5 down low. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Magic.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. Lee with the block. Now the dish to Vucevic. Here's the 3. Slides through for his 7th basket in 11 tries.
Well, this guy flat out carrying the load for them offensively. He is taking and making good shots. What a terrific job.
Here's Connor. That one's good. Maybe that'll get him going after 2 for 6 starting.
Well, exposing a weakness in the defense. That's just way too easy, guys.
Here's Andrews. Passes it to Smith. Here's Andrews. Shot clock at 6. And a good offensive ball. And he gets the bucket. Vucevic has got the lead up to 8 now for Chicago.
Nikola Vucevic has averaged double-digit rebounds for the vast majority of his career. You want him to get to work on the offensive end? No problem.
And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. The Orlando Magic is rolling out with some long and rangy athletes. Got some size and the foundations of an identity. One scout recently said, everyone talks about playing positionless basketball, but they're the only ones who have really said, what the heck, let's do it. Kevin?
They've got a type, don't they, David? Thank you. Lee with the steal. There's his third field goal, and now he's made half of his 6 shots.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain it.
Pass to the professor. And here in the second quarter of action with under 2.5 minutes played so far. And that one drops for him.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Smith inside. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. And it's good, 2 points.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
The Magic trail by 10. Time call here. The Magic decide to talk it over. GA, we've seen it over the last couple of years. The center position has come back into vogue.
And, Kevin, we were seeing teams go small. Lots of 4s. Even traditional 3s play the 5. But with MVP-level seasons from guys like Jokic and Embiid, the center isn't quite extinct yet.
Let's see some of the numbers here for him. Now about 3 minutes gone in this second quarter of basketball. Teardrop shot. Banchero, that's good. Banchero's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Yeah, field goal percentage above 50 now. Their offense is starting to show.
Lee outside. Fires from deep. The rebound by Caldwell Pope. The Magic trail by 8. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Here's the professor. He's got 8. Clock at 6. On the wing, Isaac. With a break in the action, let's see which teams have come away with the most steals in the NBA this season. Number 1, the Bulls. 4th, the Magic.
And forcing turnovers is a point of pride for both of these teams. That's why their steal numbers have been so high.
First free throw is good.
I think the fact of the matter is all the tools are there for Jonathan Isaac. It's really a matter of being consistent for this young guy.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Money's checked in for Vucevic. Kevin Huerter comes in for Smith. And it's Dosunmu in for Skinny. And both free throws good for Isaac. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. And here is Dosunmu. 14 points from him the last game against New York.
And one of the big ways he came through was at the foul line. They couldn't contain him. He was equally effective at scoring baskets as well as getting to the line.
Caldwell Pope on the wing. He's defended by Herter. Here's Banchero. And such a nice move to make the basket work. Banchero's got 4 points in the quarter.
I tell you, that's a very good effort defensively. Banchero just better offensively.
Goes up the baseline. And it's Wagner with the rebound.
I'll tell you, it has not been this guy's best night, but the teammates have been there to pick up the slack. Love it. That's a complete effort. Stuck with his man, gets his hand up, and then he doesn't hesitate to finish the possession with the rebounding job.
Lee kicks to Herter. Drills the three-pointer. Herter's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Boy, the bounce pass put right on the money. Nice assist.
Caldwell Pope with a wide-open look. And again, it's the Magic from deep.
Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
A pass to Herter. Lets the 3 fly. Another 3 for Chicago.
Well, the defense deserves to get burned. Absolutely no excuse for leaving him open.
Here's the professor, and he slams it one-handed.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Boy, that's a play you just practice time and time again, and that's the result of the work put in.
And he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
Shoots from 8. And again, it's Orlando converted.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Chicago leading by 5. Now, here's Dosunmu. Still yet to score. Here's Lee in the corner. Herter with it. And the Bulls, another 3.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Here's the professor. 12 points for him. Caldwell Pope with it.
And here are the numbers for the professor. What a run he's been on over the past few weeks. And his playmaking ability, unquestioned, one of the top 15 assist men in our league.
And it's his lightning quick hands that have put him in the top 3 in steals. Also his tremendous anticipation. He's constantly all over the basketball. That free throw good from Caldwell Pope.
They've hit every one of their free throws here in the second quarter. Very important when you're trailing.
So for the Magic, Goga Bitadze comes in for Mo Wagner. And it's Suggs in for Jonathan Isaac. The Bulls also changing it up. Vucevic checked in for money. Smith comes in for Kevin Herter. And it's Skinny in for Dosunmu. And Caldwell Pope drops them both.
Yeah, much improved foul shooter. KCP also starting to get to the line at a higher rate.
Here's Lee outside. The rebound by Bitadze.
Didn't hesitate for a second to get a hand up on that deep ball.
Well, tremendous effort, tremendous timing, the ability to alter shots on the perimeter. That was beautiful. That pass had to be thrown not only in the right spot, but at the right time.
Smith outside. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And that's an example of playing big, adapting to the situation.
Well, major height disadvantage. He recognizes that and still able to score it.
Wagner's checked in for the Magic. The Magic trail by 6. Pass to Connor. To the middle. They swipe it. Here's the break. Throws it up high. And Lee with the stuff.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Passes it to Andrews. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's on Jalen Suggs.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
Bulls shoot their 6th and 7th free throws in the game.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And the first one drops. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Here's the Professor, covered by Smith. To stop the run. That is good. And the Bulls lead is cut down to 8 on the bucket from Connor.
I'll tell you, he's playing with much more discipline here in the second quarter. He is waiting for good opportunities and capitalizing.
Here's Andrews. 18 points for him. Out to Lee. Fires it up. Kept alive. Pass to Andrews. Buries the long-range jumper. Skinny's got 10 points in the quarter.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Lee against Wagner. Lee with the block. It's out of bounds. They are saying it was last touch by Lee. Kataze the pass to Banchero. 5 to shoot. Orlando needs to get off a shot. There's Wagner with the 3.
Well, put all that size to good use. Rip it off the backboard.
Down low, Lee. And Lee with the stuff.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Here's the Professor. He's got 14. Itaze off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
How about the timing? Can be the difference between an assist and a turnover. Nice delivery.
Now Smith. He's coming off a 25-point game against New York.
You know, couple that with the 4 big blocks. He was awesome on the defensive end as well. And I'll tell you, this guy is proving to be a problem for the defense. In this quarter, he has been special.
Banchero passes to Connor. Lays it up and makes it in. The Professor's got 12 now in this quarter.
Well, they're not behind because of this guy. He is putting on a tremendous run.
Here's Smith. Here's Vucevic. It's deflected. The Magic trail by 13. The pass to Banchero. Now, here's Suggs. Defense right on him. That's tipped.
This guy just can't find his rhythm. And you look up at the scoreboard, they absolutely need his productivity.
And he dunks it down.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. Connor. It's hauled in by the Bulls.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Andrews, no good.
And his lateral quickness really allows him to stay in front
of the shooter there and challenge the shot.
And this is the key. In this game, you've got to be able to move your feet to be successful on the defensive end.
Here's Smith. Got it. Number 7 on the night. 7 for 11 from the floor.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
Now, I think that's the one thing every player is searching for. Consistency. They're giving this guy a chance to carry the offense once again.
Here's the professor, covered by Smith. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Suggs. That 3 off target. Had some space there after the little pump fake. Pass to Smith. And then Smith with the jam.
And how about just floating to the rim on that slam?
Boy, when he gets up, I mean, he gets up. Here's Connor. He watches it go through the hoop for his 8th make. Now 8 for 14.
Well, I'm telling you, this guy is doing everything he can to get them where they want to be. He's been on a mission in this period.
Andrews passes to Smith. Here's Andrews. Draws contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Unwilling to let up, even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
And so it's the Chicago Bulls closing out the quarter with a 20-point lead. From the field, they have been outstanding. Amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. We've got more in store for you right after this.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fans. What a pleasure it is to bring you into the 2K studios again. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Chicago came ready to play. Amped up and ready off the tip, they immediately went on an 11-4 run. By the end of the first quarter, they ended up with a 9-point margin. Then in quarter number 2, it was all hands on deck, and what a show it was. Quality execution, good efficiency, some tremendous defensive play. Helped them take a decisive advantage, and they're running away with this one. Kenny, your thoughts on how the Bulls are playing?
The main story here, their offensive rebounding. They've worked so hard for extra possession, superior effort, and that's given them the upper hand. It's paid off on the scoreboard.
Check. What'd you think about Orlando?
Their effort on the board has been horrendous. That's a good way to get blown out. Only way they can turn this thing around is to start winning the rebounding battle, to win the battle of possession. Otherwise, they're my favorite. Avocado toast.
And that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter set to begin in just a few.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. Skinny having a dominant impact in this game.
In that first half, he was a hot knife, and the defense was butter, sliced right through them.
His penetration was a real problem for them. And then, of course, the monster finishes at the cup.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Taking a look at the Bulls. Get out there with Lee. And there's Skinny, and it's Vucevic, and it's Smith in at the 2 guard.
And the jump shot has been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
And here is Suggs. Here's the professor. Fires from the line. Rebound by the kid. The kid's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Got a hand on it.
Get that out of here. Jalen Suggs. Send it back, young sir.
And he banks in the layup. Wagner's got 6.
And how's that for a move? The killer crossover. It's a thing of beauty.
Andrews passes to Lee. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. Here's the kid. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game. Offensive rebound, and it's put back in by Vucevic. That gives him the double-double. 10 points and 10 rebounds.
A skilled offensive rebounder who doesn't mind a putback on occasion. Vucevic with the easy one.
Suggs can't drop it in from the right block.
Listen, that's a look he can hit, but right now he can't throw it in the ocean.
Feeds it to Smith. And it's Smith finishing it off.
And this is what we've come to expect from this guy, right? Not only making a ton of shots, but being efficient while doing so.
And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Now, here's Suggs. He has 6. Carter outside. Connects from three-point range. He's got 16.
You're starting to see why Carter Jr. was a lottery pick in 2018. He can be quite dominant offensively.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. Wendell Carter Jr. didn't break through in his first stop with the Bulls, but he's become a cornerstone player with the Magic. What he says is, I've definitely tapped into a different side of myself. Defensively, being able to guard 1 through 5. Just continuing to go up from there and helping my team. Kevin?
Good stuff, D.A. Thank you. To the inside. Out to Lee. Knocks it loose. Here's Banchero. Here's Connor. And good work on the boards. They pick up a second chance points. The Professor's got 20 points. Bulls leading by 21. Right side, Lee. And it's sent back by Carter.
This is the intimidation factor you are looking for from Wendell Carter Jr. What an imposing presence.
Suggs passes to Banchero. Passes it to Wagner. A second chance effort. And he blocked it and deflects off the backboard.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Here's Dean. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. The kid's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Time call here. The Magic decide to talk it over.
He does not look happy. Their defensive rebounding has been putrid, and they're giving up a ton of second chance points.
Here we have a rundown of the players you don't want on you when you're putting up a shot. The leaders in blocks over the last month. And you look at the kid, an intimidating defender, 3rd in the league.
And guys, as the month has unfolded, his interior defense has gotten better and better.
Carter dishes to Banchero. Wagner against Lee. Pass to Smith. Buries it down low. Smith's got 6 in the quarter. And now we'll get a perspective here on the hustle game, how it's been going for Chicago.
They have been a wrecking ball defensively, coming up with steals, being active with their hands, and just doing a terrific job of disrupting the rhythm.
And also, guys, the tenacity they've shown on the defensive end has been something else. Look at how many blocks they've tallied thus far.
It's stolen by Smith. They're running. Here's Lee, and Lee with the stuff.
I'll tell you, it's one thing to do this at home, another to do it in a hostile environment.
Boy, just sheer dominance, the ability to step into enemy territory and flat out take over. This is impressive.
And they're bringing you up close and personal on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Back to Wagner. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
And taking a look at some of the stats here for Lee. He's been dominant over the last month. He's averaging 35 points, 11 assists, and 12 rebounds. And not many players possess his kind of ability to protect the rim. I mean, you look at the block total, pretty remarkable.
Well, I love it. Drivers think they see a crease to the lane and go for it. And eventually, he shuts the door.
From 18 feet away, rebound by the Magic. Carter's got 5 rebounds tonight. There's the lob to Banchero.
Oh, just a picture-perfect alley-oop. You gotta love that one, Kevin.
A little surprised, Greg. He didn't go for the big slam, but it works just the same. Lee, left side. That shot off the mark. Orlando's gone 5 of 9 when they put up the 3-point shot tonight. Now, here's Wagner. He's covered closely.
And his defense, so valuable. Not many can bother that shot at the rim.
Boy, you see the effort. You see the range. This guy prides himself in his ability to shut you down.
Boy, that's a backbreaker. Takes it right into the rim and extends their lead.
You want to make sure your opponent knows they have absolutely zero chance of a comeback. And nice finish by him.
To the paint. Vucevic down low. Carter on him. And slam dunk by Vucevic.
Well, Nikola Vucevic can score against excellent defense. That is a good finish in close.
Wagner passes to Banchero. And here is Suggs. And again, it's Orlando with the 3.
You simply must play better defense than that. This guy is too good from distance.
Andrews passes to Vucevic. Over Carter. Vucevic with the bucket. Vucevic has got 14 points for the game.
Well, Vucevic understands that the mid-range is a part of his game that he can go to at any point.
It's stolen by Vucevic. Inside, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic dunk.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
And that one's good. Andrews.
Quick job of getting up the floor and creating early offense.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
There's the lob to Carter, and then Carter with the jam.
Wendell Carter Jr. going to the cup. Look out, folks. Here he comes.
Here's Andrews, and he has 28 points for the game. And slam dunk by Vucevic.
Nice job clearing some space out under the boards and setting himself up there for the putback.
And not just any old putback, Clark, but a big, big foul. There's the pass to Wagner. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. He's got 10.
That's about trusting your instincts, knowing when the shot he wants to take is there and taking it in the catch and shoot. Mr. Wagner
launches it from deep. Andrews, no good.
He started out strong. 3 threes in the first half, but the long ball has disappeared on him since.
Now, here's Suggs. He's guarded closely. Connor, good on the three-point shot. The Professor's got 23 points.
Just a positive force right now for these guys. And though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. And Wagner's got the ball here for the Magic. To the wing right side. And out of bounds as Chicago gains possession. Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for Nikola Vucevic.
We've seen him regress as a rebounder these past few seasons. His numbers have come down in that department, and I'd like to see him concentrate on bringing them back up. I'm sure the team would as well. You can never have enough rebounding.
Pass to Dean. And the layup's good off the glass. The Kids got 6 here in this quarter.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Banchero finds Wagner. Now, here's Suggs. Banchero outside. And again, it's Orlando with the three.
Yeah, that's 2 straight three-pointers they've allowed.
Greg, here he is, the first overall pick of the 2022 draft, Paolo Banchero.
And the top pick because he's a 6'10 playmaker. Banchero has a tremendous feel for the game, great vision, passing it, and endless potential offensively.
The Bulls have been a perfect 8 of 8 at the line.
For Chicago, Andrews, 2 shots.
The first one falls. Orlando making some changes. Goga Bitadze's checked in for Wendell Carter. And it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope in for Wagner. Then for the Bulls, Money's checked in for the Kid. And it's Dosunmu in for Lee. And so he hits both. Orlando's gotten all 4 of the three-point shots to go down since halftime. They're lighting it up here. We've got 1:48 left in the third quarter. The Professor passes to Suggs. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Caldwell-Pope. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
And so far going for more of an inside presence here in the second half, getting away from the three-point shot.
This is his second trip to the free throw line.
Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, 1 shot.
That free throw good from Caldwell-Pope. Chicago has gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Now here's Vucevic, guarded closely. Passes to Dosunmu. Trying to find Smith. He's got it now. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Andrews. Here's Vucevic. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. Vucevic has got 10 points in the quarter.
Yeah, no question who's been the aggressor on the offensive glass.
Here's Connor. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Well, he's attacking, he's forcing the issue, and that's simply stated a terrific play.
The Magic of an exceptional shooting free throws tonight, going 9 for 9.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
sailing for Chicago. Here's Andrews, and the layup falls. Skinny's got 32 points.
And he has just been in a flow offensively. Terrific game. He has been the X factor.
44 seconds left to play in the third. Now the pass to Connor. There's the triple. They grab their own miss. Yep, it counts. Banchero's got 15.
That's about want to right there. Paolo Banchero hustling after the offensive rebound, creating a second chance opportunity.
Here's Vucevic. Tries from the block. The third shot of the possession finally falls for him. Vucevic has got 12 points here in the second half. Here's the professor. He's got 26. No good. Shot missing. And so it's Chicago. Ahead by 26 points as we get ready for the break. They've got a big advantage in the turnover stats because of their intense defense. Back to the action in just a minute. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
You know a thing or two about a point guard's job. Set the table for your teammates. Done there perfectly.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope is out there with Paolo Banchero. Then there's the professor. Then there's Shaw. And it's Bitadze in at the center position. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Magic. Caldwell-Pope against Lee. Pass to Money.
Hey, yo, right here.
Back to Lee. Puts up a three. Banchero grabs the board. Banchero's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Caldwell-Pope against Lee. Lee with the steal. And with some of the new rooting interest for fans, some concern about potential hostility for the players when great things don't go their way.
I mean, there's a lot riding on the outcome of games and stat lines. And that's something the league has to take seriously, making sure the players are protected because the emotions can run rampant.
That's a big-time explosive move, challenging the taller defender and extending to the rim.
Here's Dean, a great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
Incredible reverse throwdown. Excellent body control.
And guys, I'd even go as far to say that was a punctuation dunk.
How about the handle that Paolo Banchero has? Just a terrific move, carving the space needed.
Lee outside. Puts up a deep three. Rebound by the Magic.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
Passes it to Caldwell-Pope. It's good from long range.
Defenses beware. You have to close out hard on KCP and disrupt his rhythm.
Stolen by Caldwell-Pope. And here's the break. The professor, good. The professor's got 6 here in this quarter.
Boy, as we reach the latter stages, he's been in a ridiculous groove. They simply can't get over the hump.
Puts it up from 7. No good from Lee. The Magic trail by 20. Caldwell-Pope outside. He kicks it to Suggs. And the shot goes down.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Chicago has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Here's the lob to the hoop. The kid gets the bucket.
After an ice-cold start to this game, he is pouring it on here in the second half.
Suggs with the ball. Pass to the professor. Banchero right side. And the shot goes in. Banchero's got 11 in the second half.
Well, this is just excellent work in the mid-range, and you see how comfortable Paolo is taking those opportunities.
Lee outside, and the three ball is good. And the Bulls lead by 21.
Ooh, finally hitting one from range. That's his first three of the night.
Lee against Caldwell Pope. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Lee's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. We've seen a few play-in tournaments already, Doris. I like it. How do you like it?
I absolutely love, Kevin, that it has emphasized success in the regular season. A huge difference between a 6 seed and a 7 seed. So you give teams something to play for so much further into the year. Obviously, you give more teams more hope. It has been perfect.
Here's Dosunmu. It's deflected. And the pass to Connor. Finds himself wide open and drills it. The Professor's got 34 points. The Bulls leading by 21. Lee outside. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. 27 points for him.
Well, use the pick and going right to the cup. I love the aggressiveness.
Pass to Caldwell Pope. Lee with the steal. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
This is why coaches talk about playing with pace. The scoreboard tells it all.
I think this is what we call, quote, running a team off the floor. They have been fantastic in transition.
Jonathan Isaac, he's checked in for Orlando. Black comes in for Jalen Suggs. The free throw drops for Lee. And the NBA, Doris, removing the limit on the number of Supermax contracts that one team can have. Why is that?
Well, I think some teams on course to have 3 Supermax guys, just the way their players are growing. And the league opted for more nuanced ways to discourage big payrolls.
Now Herter, Lee outside. From the arc, buries it from three-point range. Lee's got 33 points.
What an aggressive mindset in this period. He's starting to take over.
Here's the Professor. He's defended by Herter. The Professor's shot is off.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
We call that a great contest. You know this is something he brings to the table, the ability to anchor your defense.
That's a 2 from Lee. The rebound by Bitadze. Bitadze's got 4 rebounds in this game. Caldwell Pope feeling it out a bit. Black the pass to Bitadze. He sinks the 11-footer. And here is Lee. To the inside. Releases. Dean. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Wow, he looks like a completely different player in this half. He's found his rhythm.
To the middle. Here's Connor. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. The Professor's got 10 points in the quarter.
Well, this quarter has been all about this guy. He is trying to close the gap in the score.
Lee in the post, working on Black, and it's contagious. Caldwell Pope with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Yeah, clearly a foul of frustration right there.
Franz Wagner's checked in for the Professor. Smith checked in for Chicago. Skinny comes in for Kevin Herter. Now here's Dosunmu. Passes it to Andrews. Shot clock at 5. Good on the shot. Skinny's got 34.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Black kicks to Isaac. Tipped away. Nabbing another steal. And that's his 6th steal of the night.
Imposing as well at the defensive end. Don't you love the chemistry? Those guys work so well together in the open floor.
The Clutch Player Award debuted in 2023. What do you think of that, Honor?
Yeah, I think it's a great way to find more unique aspects of the game to celebrate. Listen, players have specialties beyond just box scores, and that sort of thing deserves to be recognized.
Catching up on the changes for Orlando. Wendell Carter, he's checked in for Goga Bitadze. Banchero comes in for Jonathan Isaac. The Professor's checked in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And Jalen Suggs is subbed in for Black.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Here's Suggs. Wagner passes to Suggs. Here's Carter. Good once again. That makes him 8 for 9 this game.
I see Carter Jr. just carve out space, finish attacking the hoop. That's a nice move.
To the paint. And that one is good.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Orlando's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Kicks it out to Banchero. Hits the three-point bomb. Banchero's got 7 points for the quarter.
You can see Banchero building that confidence behind the arc. How effective can he be from range?
Smith against Wagner. Smith on the wing. Shoots over Wagner. Smith, no good.
A contested mid-range shot can't be what they were looking for there.
Well, especially with that defensive player in the area. You know he's going to find a way to get into the shooter and make him uncomfortable.
Here's the Professor. When it comes to trade, some say the draft pick protections should only be for the top 4 or the top 14. TB, why is that?
Well, I think we saw this last season with Dallas. They were in a situation where they had an opportunity to be in that play-in situation, but keeping their top 10 protected pick obviously pulled them in another direction. So perhaps those limitations might help, Kev.
Oh, let's go home. That was just ridiculous.
I do not remember the last time I saw a dunk like that in a game. Pass to Suggs. Here's the Professor. 6 to shoot.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
And Lee pulls it down. Well, Chicago has gotten 3 of their 6 three-pointers to fall here in the 4th. Down low. And Lee with the stuff.
And he pulls off the Houdini to make that catch and slam it through.
Stupendous alley-oop. Wagner outside. 1:41 left in the 4th quarter. Kicks to Suggs. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Personal foul.
One of the things you have to admire about Jalen Suggs, the aggressiveness, the willingness to make plays.
A free throw drops for Suggs. Doris, no one has their finger on the pulse of the league like you. So, that being said, what do you think the next coaching trend's going to be?
I think the current coaching trend has had such success, we may not see a change for a while. The trend is hiring young assistant coaches to get in charge of their own operation. Look no further than guys like Mark Dagno and Taylor Jenkins. These young guys have had tremendous success building out programs. I think it's something that's going to continue. You know, he doesn't shrink the lead as much as he should have. That hurts a bit.
Here's Andrews. And there's the pass to Lee. Over Suggs. No good from Lee.
Boy, he's definitely covered well there. And we know he can knock down the fadeaway shot. Just didn't fall there.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Chicago.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And now racking up there, I can't believe I'm saying it, 71st victory of the season. Wow. Not something that happens often. What a ride it's been for this team.
And their dominance continues, guys, as they sweep the season series 4 games to none.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Lights Out.
Boy, I think you could pick about any area of this basketball game and feel like he excelled in it. He was a dominant figure at both ends of the floor and finishes with a triple-double. What an unbelievable performance.
Here's Andrews. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did.
Thank you for that, David. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.